As we move from September to October, things finally look a little more bullish again. Not only for Bitcoin, but Cardano could be on the verge of making a big move upwards. What's up? My name is Caroline and this is Wealth in Progress, where you'll learn how to make passive income with cryptocurrencies. In this video, we'll look at the latest news, we'll look at what has been happening price-wise for Bitcoin, the whole market, and for Cardano. We'll look at some predictions, some possible future outcomes, what the market could move to next, and we'll look at what we could expect from October. Alright, let's look at the first article that titles Bitcoin staying above 50k can strengthen these market trends. Now, the article looks at different components that show that an upwards move for a BTC is imminent. So this article is from October 6th, so a few hours ago, and right now we're sitting at, I think about 54k for BTC already. So that has already shown a little. First of all, it talks about profitability and it says, as a result, realized profits rose to a 45-day high and were only 4 million short of touching 1 billion at press time. Then also realized losses, on the other hand, fell to 175 million, to a figure much lower than mid-September's 1.1 billion. So you can see here there's been a nice spike in profits realized, so that's almost a billion, and then losses that went down dramatically as well. Then it also says that the market has seen an increase in transaction volumes in general. It says volumes have been as high as they were back in April during Bitcoin's all-time high levels of between 13.6 and 16.8 billion. Then it also says specifically the dominance of $10 million plus transaction sizes has increased too. This is a sign of greater interest from high net worth investors, institutions, etc. So we also have a nice graph here, and what you can see here, that they show the colors here, and the bright blue one here is volumes 10 million plus, and you can see there has been a really big spike now in the beginning of October, and that basically shows that scenario that we usually go from September to October. So September is usually a pretty bad month in the BTC and crypto market bull run, and then October is when things really pick up again for Q4. Then it talks about long-term Bitcoin holders next. So it first says that long-term Bitcoin holders have dropped to a relatively lower profitable state, moving under the 2.0 mark. These levels are usually seen around the early bull stages. If the price continues to move in a positive manner, it could trigger a hike again. So what we've seen during the last bull and bear runs is that it has spiked in the beginning of a bull run. The long-term holders have spiked, and then there has been a capitulation at the end of the bull run. Again, here you can see, or it's actually already in the bear market. So at the end of the bull run, it drops significantly, and then during the bear market, there's a capitulation. People are selling long-term holders. Then we have an accumulation again. We've had a bit of a drop here, again accumulation, but we haven't seen those spikes into that maximum long time holders profit taking yet. So we've just touched that trend line, but we haven't spiked into that yet, so that's probably still to come. At the time of writing, Bitcoin was oscillating around the 51k mark, so by now it's already at 54k. This in fact could be the moment the market has been waiting for. On the weekly time frame, BTC was up over 21%, so we haven't seen that in quite a while. With the accumulation trend ongoing and the total supply in profit hitting a monthly high of 87%, this could flip the selling trend. So overall, the signs look really good that October could be finally a month where we push upwards again, and then towards the end of the year or towards January, that could mean that we hit the peak again. Now, the next article are some very fun and interesting news, I think, and that is that crypto billionaires dominate Forbes list with $55 billion in wealth. So I think this is really a new trend. Crypto can make millionaires and even billionaires. There's a long list of people who have already made significant amount of wealth in the crypto market already, and now they're moving up even higher. With every bull run, there will be more millionaires and even billionaires. Right now, there have been 6 newcomers on the Forbes 400 rich list of the year. So I think there are 7 in total, 7 crypto billionaires in the Forbes list, and now there have been 6 prominent newcomers. Now, the Forbes 100 tracks the wealthiest people in America, so not all over the world, just the US. In total, there are 7 crypto billionaires on the list, which requires a minimum net worth of 2.9 billion, and 6 of them are newcomers. So not even just 1 billion, but you need at least 2.9 billion. So the one with the highest capitalization is Sam Bankman-Fried. He is FTX and Alameda Research founder, and he was named the richest person in the crypto industry. Then Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong is another newcomer to the Forbes 400 list with an estimated worth totaling 11.5 billion. Then the Winklevoss twins are next. So these are the founders of Gemini, and they also have a net worth of 4.3 billion each. Next one, who's a newcomer, is Fred Ersam. So he's the co-founder of Coinbase, and he also made it on the list with an estimated net worth of 3.5 billion. Another one is early crypto pioneer Jed McCaleb. He has a net worth of 3 billion, and this way also makes it into the list. The last one also belongs to Ripple, so he's Ripple's co-founder Chris Larsen, and he has now an estimated net worth of 6 billion. So yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, we know that you can accumulate significant wealth in the crypto market, but becoming a billionaire is definitely next level. So pretty crazy stuff. All right, now let's look at Cardano, and Grayscale has actually just come out with a report that shows the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Cardano network. So let's look at what they have to say. So Cardano is actually the third largest holding of Grayscale in their fund. So they begin by criticizing that Cardano hasn't had smart contracts for a while. Then they say it came on September 12th, and it says, but it came years behind other leading smart contract networks. All right. Then they say, with smart contracts capability present in the Cardano ecosystem, the question becomes if users will adopt it. There already exist blockchains with booming decentralized finance markets, so they would need a compelling reason to move over to Cardano. Then they continue to say, since the network is yet to be tested, there is still skepticism in the community as to how well decentralized applications will work on the blockchain. Developers obviously have their work cut out for them. So these were the disadvantages. Now next they talk about the competitive advantages. So for one, they talk about Charles Hoskinson. They say its leadership remains one of the strongest components of the project. The Cardano community has always remained loyal to founder Charles Hoskinson, who has continued to share his vision for the project with the community at every turn. Then they also say decentralization is also an important feature of the Cardano blockchain. And that's one of the really important parts. Cardano is much more decentralized than a lot of the other smart contract blockchains. They also say a fully open source project, the Shelley upgrade, had spread the core network consensus amongst thousands of participants. Then they end with saying, last but not least, the blockchain has strong founding sources. Its treasury balances currently sit at $1.6 billion, giving the network a competitive advantage when it comes to growing and upgrading its ecosystem as technology in the crypto space changes. Alright, so nothing too new in that report, but what this could lead to is that bigger institutions and bigger investors, they might come through a fund like Grayscale, and by seeing reports about them and seeing the pros and cons, they might decide to invest in that as well, in Cardano as well. Now, it's true the disadvantage is that they didn't have smart contracts up until recently. They have it now though, so that's not the disadvantage anymore. What is a bit of the downside is that it hasn't been thoroughly tested yet. That's totally true, but that also means that it's a chance to be super early for a project like that still, even now. Alright, now let's look at some Cardano TA to end this video. So this article titles, Cardano could soon start outperforming Bitcoin, technical analysis suggests. So this is about the crypto analyst Michael van de Poppe. So he recently posted this tweet with some TA, so let's quickly look at that. So he has shown that it has bounced off this support area, so that's ADA BTC, and he assumes that this should make a upwards move very soon. So the article says here, while ADA is currently trading for 4,587 satoshis, Poppe predicted a breakout that could see the cryptocurrency trade as high as 6,500 satoshis per token. Then another analyst called Benjamin Cohen, said in August that he believes the price of ADA has the potential to hit $20 this cycle, seeing it get to $4.5 if it performed as well as BTC, and to $9 if the price of BTC were to hit $150,000. Then we have another trader and analyst, an anonymous analyst called Kaleo, who has also shared his opinion. So he has written that in a world where Bitcoin trades at $100,000 and ETH at $10,000, Cardano could outpace all other cryptocurrencies to break out in a way similar to BitTorrent's BTT token, which went up 1,000% in a matter of weeks earlier this year. So yeah, that's what those analysts think. I could definitely see some very popping potential for Cardano's price in the next few weeks as well. But what I think it largely depends on is if we see smart contracts being active, if we see projects being active on Cardano, if we see that whole smart contract ecosystem starting to work and starting to get ready for people to be used. So we'll have to wait and see how that deploys, but as of now, if the rest of the market pops, it will probably take off as well, and especially if BTC goes to $100,000, usually altcoins have even more momentum, and so a 2, 3, 4x from here is definitely possible. Alright, so that's it for this video. That's the latest news in terms of price development. I think October will be a very nice green month for the whole market. I would be surprised if it was otherwise. That's what it usually is in the bull cycle. So yeah, let's hope for a very green Q4 starting with October. What are your price predictions for the Bitcoins, for BTC, ETH, Cardano, and so on? What do you think? Where will they go? Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. If you like this video, hit the like button down below, share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!